It's time for Be Social TV. Carla's in the house. How are you?
Hey. Good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm making sure we're live. So you guys, we're doing something a little bit different. We're good. Okay. Carla and I we're going to talk to you guys today about simplifying your life. I have a focus of one thing that has really helped me evaluate things I should be doing and should not be doing. And we also get to pick a winner from our texting list. But Carla and I were in a session planning for something coming up for you guys. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's almost time for Be Social TV. Will you just come on with me? So we brought in our Zoom session to you guys. So Carla, what have we been working on?
Virtual Parties Challenge. Woo-hoo. All the good things that are getting ready to happen for y'all.
I'm excited. Okay, so I said quit making things so hard. We're here to save the day. So what we want to focus on, you guys, across the bottom of your screen is the ticker that says Virtual Party Challenge. If you're not there yet, go get registered. Okay, so I said quit making. Comment if you guys are here because I'm not on StreamYard, so I can't see your comments. I'm watching them on my phone. So if anybody's not met you before, Carla, I know I didn't prep you for this. I'm sorry. Give us your elevator speech. Jacinda's here. Sarah Brown's here. Karen's here. Anna's here. You guys, please say hey if you're here. I know some people are watching over on Facebook business page and on YouTube. I can only see Social Sales School group. But introduce yourself. Do your elevator speech, your I story for people who don't know you. And then I'll tell the side of you about why you're coming into virtual parties with us.
Awesome. My name is Carla Wersich, and I am on a mission to help women find freedom in a negative mindset, freedom in the way that they change clothes every day, that they get ready every day, and if it leads to it, freedom to actually financial freedom. So yeah, I had no prep for this, so just bear with me, but I'm glad to be here with you. Some of you may have started to see me popping into Messenger. Want to just say hello and connect with you. I found Cathy actually through the Virtual Parties Challenge, I guess maybe a year and a half ago. So that's how I stumbled upon Cathy, and I've been fortunate enough to go through her paid program, her Impact Makers program. I'm a graduate of that. And really fortunate to be on the other side of things and partnering with Cathy to bring you the Virtual Parties Challenge this month. So super excited.
I'm excited too. Yeah. And Carla, when we were planning for virtual parties, she's such a planner and I fly by the seat of my pants. So I'm sorry that this is causing you stress. But Carla did come in as a student, and you guys, as you move through things with us, she's an advisor inside of our Impact Makers program. And the topic of this video of quit making things so hard and starting to simplify is not just about parties. Okay, so it's not just about parties, although we are inviting you into the party challenge, and I'll explain how that's not just about parties. But this summer, Carla, you started working with us late spring. And this summer, I'm like, I'm just on a journey of simplicity. Like the more we know, sometimes it's like, and Carla and I are inside of a tool setting you guys some things up. I'm like, I promise it's going to be easier when we get through this. But sometimes we just add things on that don't make sense. And so I shared yesterday a personal post about integrity. Did you see it last night? Did you check my Facebook post? I was listening to a Dave Hollis podcast, which you guys know I'm all about Rachel Hollis. Carla, are you still going with me on Saturday?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Carla and I are going to see Rachel Hollis on tour. I think there's 4 of us total, by the way. Aubrey's going, provided she's all through her sickness. So you guys, if you have ever hung out with me for a minute, I just love to share what has helped me. Somehow I stumble on Dave Hollis' podcast, and he's doing this episode on integrity. And it's like it connects all the dots for everything we teach inside of Social Sales School, inside of Action Takers, Impact Makers, and this upcoming Virtual Party Challenge. And there was one statement he said. So I want you guys to think about this, comment along. He was like, integrity. I'm like, I think I'm a person of integrity. But he's like, doing what you say you're going to do when you're going to do it. And I was like, oh. How often are we like, yeah, but can I later, or I was going to, and he's like, and that's if you know what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe you guys have lack of clarity, and that's where we're here to help. But once you know what you're supposed to be doing and you just don't do it, he's like, that's when you go to sleep at night unfulfilled. That's when, and I'm like, we literally bring this on ourselves. So simplifying things and having that one kind of, what would be the right way to say it? Like that screening question. Like, am I going to commit to this thing? Am I going to register for the challenge? Am I going to do the action taker homework? Am I going to, And if not, don't act like you're going to do it. And I'm like, oh, that's such an easy screening question. That can simplify our whole lives. And then if you're not going to do it, just don't commit to doing it. Okay, this was mind blowing to me. Is it, Carla? Is this as impactful for you as it is for me?
It is very impactful. And when you were saying that, I was thinking of a question, a screening question, if you will, that I learned a while back from Danelle Delgado. And her thing is, who loses if you don't win? So that could be a screening question. Who loses if you don't show up? Who loses if you decide to quit? Who loses if you decide to do it tomorrow? So something else to consider.
It just makes you breathe easier, because it's like, if I'm not going to do it when I say I'm going to do it, just don't even act like you're going to do it. And then I'm like, oh, let your yes be yes and your no be no. So you guys, if you're listening and you feel me on any of that, comment below, let us know. Okay, so as we're helping you guys simplify and really decide, this has been my journey. Virtual party challenge is coming up. It was a challenge that I did over and 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 over, because it was the main strategy for my business. Then a year ago, we start being like, oh, we need to elevate the simple system, right? We need to make it more difficult. And then I'm like, why do we do that? Because it's still the foundation of what I rinse and repeat. And we got away from doing this challenge live. So we're bringing it back to you guys, but we're simplifying it so that if you do plug into the challenge, if you attend, we're not going to give you the whole 5 days of training and all the 18,000 things to do. We're going to be focusing in on a brand strategy that aligns. And Carla and I work a lot with our students on, like, a lot of people are just like, I'm trying to find purpose and passion, excitement for what I'm doing. I'm trying to get clarity on who I am, how I help people. And then we're doing it in Virtual Party Challenge because we want to put this into a sales strategy for you guys. And I'm going to be focusing on what I do most often, which are parties, online events, and challenges, right? So to me, a challenge is still a party, but I'm doing a 5-day challenge with my new network marketing business. We've never done one before, so I'm building out one for them. Like, it's kind of like an extended party. Inside Action Takers, Carla, you and I talked a bit. Cynthia and I have talked a bit. This month is going back to basics, because when Cynthia Height came into Impact, because she's a student in Impact Makers, she was like, it was that part over in Action Takers where we were like building out our profile, optimizing our personal profile, understanding what content to put out, how to attract people in. And I'm like, I feel like everybody knows that. But then I watched you, Carla, even go update your cover photo recently. I'm like, we just got to keep cycling through some of this basic key stuff until we get it where it's like a habit. And where it's like, yeah, I know what I'm going to do, and I'm actually going to do it by the time I say I'm going to do it. And then it's just, life is easy.
Absolutely. I totally love the idea of the back to basics, and I would encourage folks to do that, have that part as part of your habit, like to go back to basics periodically throughout your business. I can tell you that every time that I have gone back to basics, going back to what has worked, going back to what I'm able to duplicate, my business changes for the good every single time.
Yeah.
We just went through an exercise through virtual parties, and there was a step that I recognized, and I said, I've been through this challenge, but there was a step that I recognized that because I just was doing the do, I was missing.
Yes.
And so I think it's a great thing to go back to the basics periodically and just level set and do what you know is working.
That's right. And so we're doing it in every single one of our programs. So everybody, the button's on the bottom. If you're not there yet, if you come into Virtual Party Challenge, it is not the same Virtual Party Challenge. It's actually probably going to be more scaled down, but at the same time more impactful than anyone you've ever come to, because we're going to focus on like the front side of the virtual parties with your brand, filling events. But we're not going to get you distracted in the stuff that can keep you busy. Like, oh, I'm going to go make a party post, and here's a new graphic, and here's all the things. Because if you want to move on from that, we have a full virtual party course and community for that. We have an Impact Makers program. We have other clubs. So inside of Virtual Party Challenge, we decided to keep it extremely focused. So there's clarity, and you guys actually have enough work that you accomplish and get a win, but you're so clear when you walk out. And that is what I saw from the last one. People have a fun experience, but they walk out with 1,000 questions. So come in, even if you've been there before, it's going to be totally different. I'm really, really, really excited about it. And action takers, where are my action takers at? We are focusing, you guys, go up to the cover photo in your group, and you can see the topics we're covering this month. If anybody listening to this video is not yet an action taker, Carla and I were chatting about this, Cynthia and I, like, there's zero reason, in my opinion, that y'all should not be there. It does cost money, but it's only $47 a month. It is live weekly training with me. It is typically a Zoom, but we're shifting that. I'm going to tell you what we're doing this month. And you have an ambassador in there, Cynthia Height, taking care of you guys, helping you with accountability, with weekly action tasks, shouting you out. It's an incredible place to start. And then our next level up is our virtual party, full community coaching, and our Impact Makers 1-year coaching program. In all of those, we're simplifying. So in Action Takers, you know what I'm going to do this month? Facebook audits, baby.
Oh, nice.
So anytime Tammy Nolette, if you're listening, we did an audit with her. It like that 1 hour call like shifted everything. And we've done it in Impact before. So I'm going to teach everybody the basics, go back, review, make sure you haven't missed a thing. And then I'm going to review all their profiles and give suggestions instead of just sitting on a Q&A. And so I'm really excited about that. People love the audits. So you guys, I just want to encourage you. I need to pull up the notes on my phone, but I can't because I'm screen sharing. I want to encourage you guys to keep things simple. Ask yourself, are you being a person of integrity? What does that really mean? Because I always thought I was. And I'm like, gosh, how many times do I commit? And quite honestly, because I'm afraid to say no. Like I had to go to a team member. One idea we're doing right now, Carla, in my network marketing business, and Carla's a network marketer. Obviously, she talked about how her mission. All of our coaches inside of our programs actively work in the industry. I think it helps you guys. We're doing an October to Remember challenge. It doesn't really rhyme, but it sounds good. And we're doing 28 days. And I pulled our whole October roadmap. And you guys have the daily method of success, all that. And you look at it, and you're like, oh, overwhelmed. I took one little thing, one out of the big map, and I put on each day. So like today might be attend the Monday motivation call. Tomorrow might be print the roadmap and fill out page 2. Wednesday might be, or Thursday might be add 5 friends to your. So we're just pulling, and I'm making little bite-sized pieces. And then I made some bonus entries, kind of like a party, like if you hit these certain clubs. So I told a team member, yes, I can do this by Sunday night. I didn't have time to do that by Sunday night. And I had a messenger last night, and I'm like, Paula, if you're listening, I'm like, I'm sorry. I've listened to this I just took on too much, and I'm going to have to simplify it. I'm like, I think we can still do the challenge, but not the way that, we do that so often to ourselves and then feel like failures.
Yep.
I'm like, I just should have not said yes. I need to stay focused. Why did we want to do this challenge? To give our team some inspiration, encouragement to recognize the small activity, even when they don't see the results, the consistency. I'm like, we can scale it down and still do that. And so we accomplished the mission. So I encourage you guys to do that. Even when you don't feel like doing it, do what you need to do, but make sure you know what you're doing, why you're doing it, how to do it, and just simplify and get back to the basics. Come hang out with us in the virtual party challenge. If you are looking for help with brand strategy, if you're leveraging events of any kind, virtual events, Facebook group lives, challenges. You do not have to be a party girl. And then shout out to Amy Rossi real quick. She's been helping us inside of Impact focus people just on a weekly power hour, and just giving people little tasks for like 5 minutes, do this, 5 minutes, do this, 5 minutes, do this. And she doesn't even have to talk for the whole hour. She's like, okay, now do this, quiet, go work, do this, quiet. I was like, gosh.
Genius.
We just talk too much and think too much and don't do anything, right? And then Impact Makers, October 18th, we're going to take you guys back through the basics of, the whole program live. We're going to spend 12 weeks going from scratch, start to finish, even though you have access all the time. So that's what we're focusing on in every business I have. So totally random thoughts. That's how Monday Social is. I'm going to go pick a texting winner. Carla, do you have any final words of wisdom?
I have lots of words, but no, I'm really excited about the virtual parties challenge. I hope to see many of you in there, because to Cathy's point, if you're a party girl, challenge girl, or not, you will definitely gain some amazing information there, and it will provide you with a ton of clarity. So definitely get registered for that.
Yes, and yes. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just pulling real quick the contact list. I told you guys if you missed the post, I will pick somebody who is in the social sales school texting alerts, and I do not text you about everything. But if somebody would type this below, if you're in the US or Canada and you're not on the texting list, you just text SSS for social sales school. And my phone number is 618-417 7228. It's all you have to do, and you'll be in my text reminders. And I am just going to pull one from someone that's texted me that. And the first person I see, Eileen Pearson. Eileen Pearson is registered for the virtual party challenge. Eileen Pearson is a graduate of Impact Makers, and Eileen Pearson just dressed me. I got some stuff from her 50% off trying to dress myself up. So shout out to Eileen Pearson. Eileen, message me. You will, or you can just text PCATU prize to my phone number, Eileen, and you'll get the prize list. You can pick yourself some swag. You can pick some time with me, one of our courses, whatever you want to do. All right, Carla, I guess we better go get back to our work.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I'm going to cut the StreamYard, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Get registered for Virtual Party Challenge. It starts next Tuesday. And Carla and I are going to be popping into the group ahead of time. Sarah Brown is one of our ambassadors, accepting you got all into the group starting today. It will open up, and we're going to be jumping in there, which is some pre-challenge fun. Please tell your friends. There's over 115 registered because there was 115 like 4 days ago. I'm like, let's shoot for 1,000. I want a minimum of 300. So share while it's free. All right, that's it, guys. Let me go cut the StreamYard. Bye, Carla, but don't hang up, Carla. And you guys will see you in all of our groups all week long, and then we'll see the challenge next week. Bye.